You have to understand about women is that if they're not constantly slightly annoyed with you, they have no interest in you whatsoever.
What?
The reality about women is that they operate through emotion.
Yeah, okay. That's in so let's say in general, women are more feminine and men are more masculine, and feminine people are more emotional and they think in a more emotional way and they're more intuitive, and masculine people think in a more logical way and are more what's the opposite of intuitive? Logical, right? So yeah, generally women are more emotional, and as a man you need to learn how to handle that shit in relationships, because sometimes they will do things that are completely unreasonable and don't make any sense at all, and you need to stay grounded and learn how to operate that shit so it doesn't get worse. But the whole thing about them having to be annoyed with you, let's see where that goes.
Strong emotion. And when a woman feels, she perceives it to be important, whether it's positive or negative, it means that she cares. What you need to understand is that a woman will be in either high positive or high negative emotion when it
Yeah, because women are just constantly walking around completely penduluming in different states of emotions. That sounds like a really healthy dynamic that really healthy women that are emotionally mature demonstrate.
comes to you. And either of those are good. Where a lot of men go wrong is that they start getting frustrated with the woman when she's making no sense, when she's
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
being annoying.
I even had this conversation with my mother. I'm talking about girls that I've dated, and it's like she was just too all over the place. It's like I was walking on eggshells. It's like I'd say one thing one day and the same thing another day, and it was completely different. And even my mother is like, yeah, but you have to understand that women are super emotional sometimes, and especially if they're on their period and blah, 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 blah. But there's a line, and this kind of advice, it's like you gotta play with her emotions constantly, and it doesn't matter if she's emotionally good or emotionally bad, it'll make her attracted to you. That is true, right? As fucked up as that is true. But that you're also like, if a woman is emotionally healthy and has done the work, right? If she's grounded and mature and has done the work to deal with the childishness, the immaturity, then this kind of behavior, like trying to keep them swinging all the time, just appears as manipulation to them, because they have an understanding of their own behavior. Even if sometimes they go off the rails and they're highly emotional, and it's like their hormones are fucking hard to deal with, man. You know, talk to a woman about the swings that she goes through, and sometimes she'll be like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know who I was that day. I'm so sorry for behaving that way. Whatever. That's just a thing, right? But if a woman's healthy and emotionally mature, she's going to understand these behaviors in herself and know how to deal with them and know how to manage them, and give you the tools as her man to manage them, which is great. So if you're thinking in this sort of way, you're going to attract the women that haven't done that work and are constantly emotionally swinging, and then you're just playing this exhausting fucking game all the time of managing that and trying to use that to your advantage, which just, who has the fucking time? Who has the time and the energy for that shit, you know?
All that does is reveal to her that she can control you through her emotion.
If she is an emotionally manipulative woman, yes.
What you have to understand is that frame.
I hate that word, frame. It's like, you have to keep frame, man. And what they're essentially saying is you need to hold a position where you are grounded and stable and all of these things. And that is absolutely true. But if you're looking at it in terms of, have I done the inner work to be a grounded, stable person? That's one thing. If you're looking at it in terms of, am I controlling my behavior constantly around this person so that I appear to have frame? That's a completely different thing. And it's always going to slip at some point. Like every guy I've ever heard talking about having to maintain frame always ends up fucking slipping and losing it, and then they're like, yeah, well, that's why the girl left, because I lost frame. And also some of the best parts, like some of the best memories I have with women, and some of the most bonded that I've felt, and the best dynamics I've had, are after I've we've been talking about some like deep, vulnerable, traumatic thing, and I've literally wept like a baby into a woman's arms as she cradles me and tells me it's okay, right? And people might hear that and go, oh, that's such a bitch move, like blah, 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 blah. That's not how I am in my daily life all of the time, but everybody needs to let out emotions and have this emotional outlet. And so in a relationship, you need to be an emotional rock when she needs it, and she needs to be a bit of an emotional rock when you need it. And the thing, when it crosses the line from healthy vulnerability and expressing of emotions, which is what women find really fucking attractive, because they're highly emotional and you're being emotional with them, when it slips to the point where that's going to kill the relationship, which is what these guys are so fucking afraid of when they're talking about holding frame, it getting to that point is when you go over the line from this is a thing that comes up every now and then and I express it in the way that I need to and then I get over it and I integrate it into the rest of my life and it makes me a stronger, more competent, more capable, more emotionally healthy man. It's instead, I can't show any fucking emotions at all, so I'm going to bottle this shit up, but really it's bubbling under the surface. And then when I do express it, it comes out in a really unhealthy way, like anger or not being able to deal with a situation or something like this. And that makes my woman feel unsafe around me because I'm not handling my emotions well. And that's why they fucking leave you. But then when the men internalize this as I just can't show emotion, which is bullshit. It's nonsense. It's not true. Anyway, anything to add to that?
I was just gonna say this must be so exhausting for him,
Yeah.
just in daily life, like always thinking about, oh, how is she feeling? Do I have to make her positive or negative?
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
It's that
This is
whole
crazy
it's that
advice.
whole red pill women are children thing. It's like, yeah, if you go around treating women like they're children, you're gonna meet women that haven't done the work and are, yes, effectively still children. But there's lots of guys like that as well. You're just not talking about them because you're not trying to fuck dudes.
As you've heard, the word is not a tactic, it's not a strategy, it's
It is though.
actually a philosophy of how you
If you're thinking about it in this way, it's a strategy.
see the world. And once you see it, you'll
Like if you have to control your behavior to be a certain way, it's a strategy. Whereas if instead, again, I've said this several times, but if you do the inner work, you behave in a way that is like what these guys are trying to teach you, but healthy and automatic, and you don't need to think about it. It just comes out because the confidence is natural and you have an ability to control situations in a good, healthy way. Whereas if you're trying to do it deliberately, it ends up being weird and manipulative. It's like the behavior can be identical. If you're on a date with a girl and you put your arm around her because you're thinking, okay, well, this is the time in the date that I show Kino and like she's been displaying IOIs. And once I touch her, that's going to escalate physical tension. And then I'll pull away because that'll create more tension. And then she'll want to pull into me. And then I'll invite her up to my apartment. And because she's feeling she needs my validation, she's going to blah, blah, like all of this bullshit. Weird, creepy, manipulative. But you could do the exact same thing and put your arm around a girl because you're like, this date's going well and I like this girl and I want to get closer to her and touch her and feel her skin and stuff and get in closer, right? That's normal. That's natural. And then you get in closer and those pheromones start going. You're attracted to each other and then you go, hey, you want to come back to my place? And she already trusts you and likes you and knows that you're a safe person and knows that she could get up into your room and be completely naked and then go, actually, I'm having second thoughts. I want to leave. And you'd go, absolutely, and give her her clothes back and call her a taxi and wish her well and ask that she got home safe, right? Completely different fucking vibe, same actions, but the intention behind it is different.